All right, guys, today I'm going to be doing a lesson that's going to prepare you for the performance task that you'll be taking on Thursday during the MAP grade level assessment. Okay, so it's going to be probably information that you already know. We're going to be talking about frozen yogurt. Not a lot of math involved, okay? But this is going to give you background knowledge so that you are ready for that lesson. Okay, so our learning target for the day is I can understand the key ideas related to buying frozen yogurt at a shop. And we have some vocabulary words. Okay, again, I know that you probably all know what this is, but this is for in case we have a student that doesn't know. So frozen yogurt is a sweet frozen dessert that is like ice cream. Toppings, it's a food that is added on top of another food. Self-serve, it's a setup in a store where customers can serve or help themselves without requiring the assistance of the store's employees. And then hot fudge is a hot, thick chocolate sauce that can be served with frozen desserts. Whipped cream is a topping made of cream. Sprinkles, small particles of candy used as toppings, usually on frozen desserts. And then a budget, it's a certain amount of money that can be spent on a particular project or activity. Okay, so are any of those new words for you guys? Okay, good. You should be fine during this lesson then. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever had frozen yogurt before. Okay, good. So you guys know that you go in and you pick your bowl and you can pick if you want a waffle bowl or a waffle cone, and then you go through and then you pick which flavor of frozen yogurt you want. And then comes the fun part where you have the toppings and you put all of your toppings on, okay? All right, so let's see here. Frozen yogurt is a dessert similar to ice cream. It tends to be sour and have less fat than ice cream because it is not made with cream. Okay, does anybody have a frozen yogurt experience that they'd like to share? Nope, nothing sticks out? Okay. All right, there are now stores that sell frozen yogurt. These stores generally have several different flavors of yogurt and a self-serve bar of many different toppings that you can add on your own. Let's try to make a list of all the toppings you can add to frozen yogurt. Who wants to come up first? Jalen, come on down. Good one, chocolate chips. Come on down, Elena. Good, that's one of my favorites too. Other toppings. Allison? Good, cookie dough. Who else? Nobody else? What if I told you you were going to get froyo for coming up to the board? Would that more people come up to the board? That's a lie, but come on down. Bananas, good. Anybody else? Okay, so some of the things I've seen, you can get like Fruity Pebble cereals. They have white chocolate chip. They have different kind of like peanuts. They have cherries. They have whipped cream. They have, I can't think of anything else. All different kinds of candy, okay? So those are all different toppings that you can put on your frozen yogurt. Does anyone know how frozen yogurt shops determine the cost of a container of frozen yogurt? How do you pay? Why don't you talk to a friend? Okay, so what did you come up with? Jalen, how do they come up with the cost?
Pay by ounce.
Yeah, you pay by ounce. So you fill up your bowl and then you take it up and you set it on a scale and then they'll weigh it, and then they charge you per ounce, okay? It says, many frozen yogurt stores find the total weight of frozen yogurt with toppings and then charge a certain price for each ounce of the total weight. Thus, adding hot fudge to your frozen yogurt is more expensive than adding whipped cream. Why? Why is adding hot fudge more expensive?
It's like gonna weigh more.
It weighs more than whipped cream, okay? So if you're trying to be on a budget, what kind of toppings are you gonna put on? Yeah, like light toppings. The Fruity Pebbles, those probably aren't very heavy, right? Whipped cream, they're not heavy, okay? So suppose that you are helping your class plan a trip to a frozen yogurt shop. What would you need to consider when you make those plans? What do you have to think about? You're planning a field trip to a frozen yogurt shop. What do we all need to think about?
From here? Like from school?
Sure, from here.
We need buses.
Okay, so transportation, right? We could maybe walk over to the Deerbergs, but over by the Orange Leaf, over by Deerbergs, yeah?
A budget for each kid.
Okay, a budget for each kid. Okay. What else? Good. Number of people. You think we're going to take 200 middle school kids to an ice cream place and not bring any chaperones? No, probably not. So we're going to need some chaperones. So we'll just put that over here. We'll add that to the number of people. Okay, good. You think of anything else that we need to think of? Do you think that we should show up at a frozen yogurt shop in the middle of a Wednesday and expect them to be able to take that many people? What might we need to do?
Plan ahead.
Yeah, plan ahead and maybe call them. When we take you guys on field trips, and you know, when we do the award field trip and we go to fast food places, we call ahead and say, hey, we're going to be bringing about 100 kids to your McDonald's, just so you know. And then that way, they're prepared and they have enough staffers there. All right. So some things that they said, the school might have a budget for how much you can spend on your trip. A budget is a certain amount of money that you can spend on a particular project or activity. For instance, if you have a budget of $10, you can spend $10, okay? You don't have to, but you can. All right, do you guys have any questions about that? All right, today we completed an activity about yogurt and how it is priced at a shop. These ideas may help you when you complete your performance task. Are there any questions? All right, you are now ready to complete your frozen yogurt performance task.